Yolan True, and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy, and welcome to another episode of our little A to Z officer series. But before I talk about our next epic officer today, I just want to say, if you're not a subscriber of my channel yet, but do like my videos, then please do subscribe to my channel, and when you do, also click this little bell and all notifications so you will be notified when another video comes out. But now let's have a look at Strange New World Hemmer. You know him from the beginning of the series, obviously. He is class engineering. He was the chief engineer of the Enterprise there. That means you need engineering badges to upgrade him. And he's from the group Strange New Worlds, which means he can give synergy to others from that group if one of them is captain and he's on the bridge with them. And he's from the faction Federation, which means you need Federation faction credits to upgrade him. And if you haven't seen the series Strange New Worlds yet, there is an explanation text about him here. He's from one of the series, so it's a bit longer. You know that there's one text about every officer in these info boxes, but usually longer for those that you know from TV or movies. As you already could hear, he does not have a captain maneuver, but he does have an officer ability and a below deck ability. And his officer ability is fix what is broken. And that's SNW Hemmer increases armor, shield deflection and dodge by 1400% of total health when in combat with hostile survey ships. And that is an ability I some time ago used more often, especially in the grinding time when I was grinding the survey ships in Sol, Romulus and Kronos, when I was on those levels at the time. And Strange New Worlds crew with Hemmer on the bridge was quite helpful there. I used Una and Pike and Hemmer at that time when I was doing that, and he was quite helpful against those survey ships there, because that's what you're going for. If you go to Sol, to Romulus and Kronos, you want to get the survey ships. There are two different kinds, the traders and the heavy traders, and there you want to grind on the one hand a lot of reputation, but also try to get ship blueprints there for some other ships that are not surveys. And Hemmer was indeed one help for me there in combination with Una, and that's where I usually use this ability. I don't really need that nowadays because there were new crews introduced later, and I kind of am around with an Enterprise E crew for many things that I do, and so I'm not using Hemmer very much anymore. But if you're in the 40s levels, then Hemmer can be of a really big help there to keep grinding for quite some time before you get destroyed again. And so in Sol, Kronos and Romulus, while you're grinding for reputation there to get to your 10 million locks, etc., he might be a very wise choice. Then another ability is his below deck ability that I'm using from time to time. That's the telepathic resolve. Strange New Worlds Hemmer increases the health of all officers on the ship by 100% of their base value. So if I need some more protection of my ship for certain events, I sometimes put Hemmer below deck. Nowadays, with all the isolytic stuff coming in, I usually use isolytic and critical officers below deck, because I don't have unlimited spaces on my big ship, especially not on the biggest one. I only have 2 spaces below deck at the moment before I upgrade that again. And so I'm not using him too much right now. But when I have more spaces, when I really need more defense below deck, that is a point where I would use Hemmer again. What you can see on the bottom left is that at the moment I'm using Hemmer from time to time for away teams, and that's because he does have 3 different traits for away teams that you can unlock. One is Engineer, one is Genius, and one is Focused. I needed an additional Engineer this time because the others were out already, so I sent out Hemmer. And the other 2 abilities that I haven't unlocked yet are still very helpful for away teams as well. And so I definitely will unlock more for Hemmer here. But you definitely want to know how to get him, and for this we first of all can go to the normal recruit section. It changes over time, what you find where and stuff like this, and so it's nice that we can find Hemmer in the ultra recruit section. So that is something where you regularly get tokens for. It's, I said it in a lot of videos, it's quite a crowded section, and the probability for the epic shards is not gigantic, but still you have a chance to get more Hemmer parts here, and that might help you unlock him. But the way I got him and where it was much easier was in the Mantis refinery. So let's go there. And here you have a chance to recruit Hemmer, and the nice thing about the Mantis refinery is that if you have a lucky pull here, you get 110 Hemmer shards. I had that before, the same with Pike, and that is extremely helpful, and that can very quickly unlock Hemmer for you. If you have a lucky pull and get 110 shards, then the thing is done for you. But you see that I did quite well here, and so especially for the Strange New World officers that are in this Mantis refinery, that was always the easiest part for me to get those officers. They're not all in here, unfortunately, but those that are in, you probably will get quite early. Of course, I told you a little bit about Soul, etc. and Hemmer. I would really like to know how you are using Hemmer, for what occasions are you using him on the bridge or below deck. So please write it in the comments so that my other viewers can benefit from even more experiences in this game. And if you have questions in general or video requests, you know that I regularly read the comments. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.